4 players, 1 unique machine and a £10,000 jackpot literally teetering on the brink. Welcome to Tipping Point. Hello and welcome to Tipping Point. Let's meet today's 4 players, all hoping for a shot at our £10,000 jackpot.
Hi, my name's George. I'm an operations manager and I'm from London.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a marketing executive from Hampshire.
Hello, my name's Jane. I teach drama, elocution and voice training, and I'm from Canterbury in Kent.
Hello, my name's Bob. I'm a driver and a part-time magician from Halifax.
Good luck to all of you. Let's play Tipping Point. So, in round 1, you each start with 3 counters. Questions are on the buzzer, and a correct answer gives you a choice to either play your own counter, or if you don't think the machine is willing to play out, you can get one of your opponents to play one of their precious counters instead. You'll see that there are 3 counters in the machine that look a bit different. If you get one of those across the tipping point, you'll be going home with a mystery prize, which will be yours to keep whatever happens today. OK? Here comes your first question. Which comic book superhero is nicknamed the Caped Crusader? John.
Is it Superman?
It's not Superman, John.
Batman.
You've gone very early. It was Batman. So I'm afraid, John, you've got a question wrong. We take one of your counters away from you. That counter goes into the penalty pot. OK, next question. A milliner specialises in designing Bob.
Hats.
It is hats.
Thank you.
Designing and making what clothing item? Hats. Are you a fan of hats then, Bob?
Yeah, I wear a lot of hats.
Do you?
Yeah.
What sort of hats do you like?
Just hatty type hats.
Hatty type. Fedoras.
Yeah,
A fez.
that kind of thing, yeah.
I can see you, Liam, driving around in your car with a fedora.
Yeah.
OK, so you've got a choice now, Bob. You can either play one of your counters if you think the machine's ready to pay out, or you could ask one of your 3 opponents to play instead.
I've got to play, haven't I? I've got to play. I think Drop Zone 4 looks particularly good.
OK, can we fire up Drop Zone 4, please, for Bob? Here we go, then. First counter of the game, Bob. Let's see if we can make it a good one. When you're ready, fire away.
Here we go.
Here we go. Nice quick drop. Stayed on its edge.
Pass the right.
Oh, go, go, go.
Let's get it settled down.
Yep,
Yep.
settle flat. Ooh.
Get a lot of purchase on the sides. Anything over?
There we go.
There's a couple over the top.
Yeah,
Oh, this could be good.
Looking good.
Oh, it's a stonker.
5 counters across the tipping point, Bob. A
Excellent.
fantastic start.
God.
That means it's £250 we take from our machine and we put straight into your bank. Well done to you. Great start.
Thank you.
Brilliant, well done.
Next question. The 5 Ks are the physical symbols of faith worn by members of which religion? John.
Is it Kabbalah?
It's not Kabbalah.
Wow, I'm doing really well.
Sikhism. You're not going
I'm doing
particularly
really well.
You went for it. I'm afraid we take another counter off you, John. That goes into the penalty pot. You'll all be playing for John's counters and maybe a few more at the end of the round.
It's very generous.
Very
You are.
giving.
Generous, if nothing else. Next question. Which fish has species called moray and conger? Jane.
Eel.
It is an eel, Jane. Well done. So, do you want to play or would you like to pass?
No, I'm going to have a go myself.
OK, where do you want to go?
I'd like to try 3, please.
OK, let's light up drop zone 3 for Jane. There she goes. Oh, it's a nice clean settle.
quickly.
Go, 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 go. Push, push.
Nothing
Oh.
over the shelf, though.
I haven't got your touch.
It's a magician's touch.
Oh, come on. No.
That's not going to move, I'm afraid,
No.
Jane. Next question. How many football teams are there in the English Premier League? George.
20.
20 is bang on, George.
I'm going to give it a go myself as well.
Are you going to try and take advantage
First
of
time.
Jane's good work?
I think I will. I think I'm going to go for number 3 as well.
Drop
right,
zone
generous.
3. OK, this is the first of your 3 counters. Got to get the timing just right. It's nearly rid up.
Flat.
That's gone down.
Whether that's going to get anything off the edge.
Yes. Yes.
Couple
2
of coins.
across the
Yes,
shelf.
you've got some hanging there.
Yes.
3 over
Oh,
tipping
and
point.
some more, and some more.
You could get some more here.
Come on.
That's what I wanted to do.
Come on, number 3.
Yes.
Another one.
Another one.
So that's 4 counters over the tipping point. Well played indeed. That's £200, George, that we take from the machine.
Not a bad start.
And stick that into your bank. Well played.
Come on, you now.
Next question. Which famous waterfall is located on the border between Zambia, Jane?
Victoria Falls.
It is Victoria Falls, Zambia and Zimbabwe. You going to have another go, Jane? Or put someone else in the chair?
No. I'm going to have a go at 3 again.
See that mystery prize right on the edge of the shelf as well. Can you shift it? Is that the end you wanted?
Nearly where you want it.
Not really. The other end. Oh!
Just fill the hole.
Counter.
Go on, you swine.
Wasted, Jane. You're an elocution teacher, aren't you, Jane?
I am, yes.
Is that the sort of language you teach your students to use?
Yes, so long as they pronounce it correctly.
Next question. Lundi is the French word for which day of the week? Bob.
Monday.
That's right, Bob. Well done. You going to play? You going to pass?
Yeah, I'll play.
You're gonna take
I'll
3,
play.
aren't you?
I'm going to go for 3.
I don't mind.
Oh, it's settled nicely.
be
Quick
okay.
drop, and it's
It's
settled
flat.
nicely.
Oh,
one over
just
the edge.
the
Yeah, I
one.
think you'll be all right. Just the
That's
one.
fine.
We're fine.
You can't. Oh, look at that!
Well played, Bob. 6 counters across the tipping point. £300 that we take from the machine. Stick it into your bank. You now have a very healthy £550. Well done.
Cheers.
OK, we come to the next question. Which spirit is mixed with cranberry and grapefruit juices to make a sea breeze cocktail? George?
Is it vodka?
It is vodka. Why do you think you know that?
I don't know. It's not even old enough yet, so...
OK, do you want to play or pass?
I think the risk is higher to get one of the others to play, so I'm just going to take it and either win or not.
OK.
And I'm going to go for number 2, I think.
So, George, fire away. Very quick drop, and it's settled nicely towards the mystery
I don't know
counter,
about that.
too. Is it going to go?
Oh,
Yeah.
got something.
2 over the edge. They flipped. And
so
another
close, that.
£50 across the tipping point. Well done, George. You take that £50, put it into your bank. You now have £250. Your next question. A cruciverbalist is someone who enjoys doing what type of puzzle? Bob.
Crossword.
It is crosswords. So, do you want to play or pass?
I've got to have a go myself. Yeah, I'm going to go for drop zone 2.
Lining up drop zone 2 for Bob, please. This is your last counter, Bob. Let's see if we can get some more money across that tipping point. When you're ready. There you go. Quite a lot of rickshaws. Didn't quite settle. Back on its end now.
Oh, that's right.
It's sat down, though.
Oh, you've got enough. You don't want any more.
Right. Can never have too many.
Over we go. You're going to edge that mystery counter towards the tipping point. Oh, wow.
Hey, lovely.
Very good.
Well, Bob, with your last counter, that's another 6 across the tipping point. £300 more into your bank. You can sit back with a big smile on your face. You've got £850. Well played so far. For the time being, though, you're out for the rest of the round. George, John, Jane, you each have 1 counter left. Here's your next question. Qantas is the national airline of which country, George?
Is it Australia?
It is Australia. Well done, George.
Again, I'm going to take the risk on myself rather than give it to these two with nothing yet. I like the look of 1. I don't think that's gone yet.
We haven't used drop zone 1 yet, but you think she's going to be generous?
Possibly.
Let's find out. Can we fire it up, please? This is your last counter, George. See if we can get some more money into your bank when you're ready. It's out. Settled nice and early.
Not sure about it at all, but...
What are we going to get over the edge? Anything?
No.
Nothing! So, George, I'm afraid you might have wasted that last counter, but you do have £250. You've used all 3 of yours. You are out for the time being as well. So, John, Jane, your next question for the 2 of you. Which girl group had a UK #1 single in 2012 with Wings? John.
Is it Little Mix?
It was Little Mix! Hurrah! You don't know your superheroes.
I don't know my religion.
You don't know your religion, but you
I
know your
know
girl
Little
bands. You know your girl bands.
Yep, story of my life.
So, you've got 1 counter. You
Yeah.
can make Jane use hers, or you can have a go.
I'm going to try and build on that. I'm going to try and go 1.
OK, let's fire up drop zone 1. See if we can get you some money, John. It's your first chance to use your counter. Don't mess it up. Lots of ricochets.
Come on, we just want it to go flat.
Need that flat.
Come on.
It is, it's flat.
It's flat. You're all right there.
Oh, they're wobbling on the edge as well, aren't they?
Go on.
Well done.
Right, come on. Be kind. Be kind, machine.
6 with your last counter, John. A finely placed
I'll get my coat.
counter. That's £300, John, we take from the machine, put it into your bank.
Thank
well
you.
done, straight into second place as it stands. So, Jane,
Yes.
this is it.
Ben.
One question for you. Hula dancing originates from which group of islands?
Hawaii?
That's correct. Right then, your last chance for the time being
I don't know.
to get some money. Where are you going to go?
Don't know. I'll try 2.
Can you fire it up,
That
please? So this is the last counter you have, Jane. Good luck when you're ready.
No, the other end. No, not that end.
It's gone to the wrong side, hasn't it?
has.
You're going to go. Yeah, you flipped them.
Yes, but not going to go over.
2.
Not enough.
2 counts across the tipping point with your last counter, so that's £100, which is better than nothing, Jane. We take that and we put it into your bank. So as it stands, Jane has £100, John has £300, George with £250, Bob is way out in the lead with £850. But of course, it's not all over yet. There are 2 counters in the penalty pot. They're up for grabs on a single question. Jane, you're in last place. You have to give me the right answer to this question if you want a chance to go through to the next round.
I'll try.
OK. How many minutes are there in 6 hours? George.
360.
That's right, George. Well done. Very quick then. Jane, I'm afraid you're a little bit too slow on the buzzer with that one. George, you got him very quickly. You've got 2 more counters to put into our machine.
Go on, George.
Where are you
Okay.
going to go?
Number 1 let me down, but with 2 counters, gonna give it a go. There's a few things there on the tipping point, the second ledge.
OK, so drop zone 1.
Yeah.
Drop zone 1 is lit. You've got 2 counters to use. Use them wisely. When you're ready, George, away you go. Oh, it's settled nicely in the middle. Do you want it there?
It's okay. That's absolutely okay. Get down.
Flipped over. Anything in? Wow! So 8 across the tipping point, and that's £400. George, well done. We take that from our machine, put it into your bank. You now have £650.
Really pleased with that. Really pleased.
As you should be. You've got 1 more counter to go in as well. Where would you like to put this one?
3.
With drop zone 3, please. See if we can get some more action across that tipping point when you're ready, George. Fire away. Oh.
Not ideal. Maybe that.
Will the mystery counter go across?
counter?
Nope.
There, didn't see that something coming there.
How about you have some more?
Couple
Another
more.
2.
Another £100.
Another £100 across the tipping point. We take that
Right.
£100, stick it into your bank, which means at the end of round 1, John has £300, George has £750, Bob has a massive £850, but I'm afraid, Jane, with just £100, we found your tipping point. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
George, John and Bob are all hoping the machine's generous mood continues into round 2. They'll each have 30 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Bob, you are in the lead after round 1, which means you get to choose. You can either take the first place and play the machine, or you can get one of your fellow competitors to play instead of you.
I think I'll carry on as I've done previously and I'll take it.
You're going to take control.
Yeah.
That's the way to be. She's looking generous. OK, Bob, your time starts now. Which kids' TV character has friends called Teddy and Looby Loo?
Humpty.
Andy Pandy. In which musical did Doris Day sing Secret Love and Just Blew In from the Windy City?
Annie, get your gun.
It's Calamity Jane.
God.
During World War II, Britons were encouraged to grow their own food and dig for what?
Victory.
Correct. In 1976, Steve Wozniak, Ronald Wayne and Steve Jobs co-founded which computer technology company?
Apple.
It was Apple. In Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, who is the Queen of the Fairies? Out of time.
Don't know.
Titania.
Right.
Titania was the Queen of the Fairies. You got 2 rights, Bob. Where are we going to go?
OK. Drop zone 4.
very quick drop. Is that where you wanted it?
It'll do. It'll
Got to have a
do.
drop zone 3.
Oh,
That's the
no, it won't do.
mystery
It won't
Wow.
do.
prize. Not gone.
No.
You got one more, though.
Let's just keep an eye on it because it could go. There you
yeah.
go. That's what you
never
wanted.
know.
There we go.
Bob.
Another 4. So let's start with £200. Okay, you've got one more to put in.
Okay.
Where do you want to go with this one?
I'll stay in drop zone 4.
So this is the last one, Bob. Let's see what you can do.
Come on.
Is that where you wanted
Yeah,
it?
that'll do. That'll do fine.
Need it flat, don't we? We need it flat.
It's all right.
It's flat.
It is. Anything going across that top shelf? Yeah.
Yep,
She goes.
Flips. And how about some on the tipping point?
Oh, it's lovely.
Another 6 across the tipping point. £300 we add to the 200 already got. £500, Bob. We take from the machine. Stick that into your bank. Very well played
Thank you
indeed.
very
You now
much.
have £1,350. So, George, you were second coming into this round, so you now have the choice. Would you like to play or would you like John to play?
I think I'm going to take it myself and play.
OK, your time starts now. Rick Parfitt and Francis Rossi have been members of which band since the 1960s?
Pass.
Status quo. Which Russian ballerina lends her name to a meringue-based dessert?
Pavlova.
Yes, that's correct. Who first appeared on screen in 2004 as the childcare expert in the TV series Super Nanny?
Joe something.
Joe Frost. Which English author wrote The Jungle Book?
Rudyard Kipling.
That's correct. What surname was shared by two 20th century US presidents who were distant cousins?
Nixon.
It wasn't Nixon, it was Roosevelt.
Yeah.
You two got 2 right, so you've got 2 counters to put into the machine. You saw how much damage you can do with 2 counters. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go for number 2.
George, when you're ready, release your first counter. There it goes. Settled nicely. Is that where you wanted it?
Probably a bit to the left.
It's got something over.
It's got something.
Edge that mystery counter. 2 across the tipping point. That's £100 with your first counter. You've got 1 more to put into the machine. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to try 2 again, see if we can get the rest of the ones that are on the tipping point.
It's your last counter, George. It's settled.
Not good, though, I don't think.
Anything. It's got it over.
Got something, but
You never know how she's going to behave. And another 2.
It's all right.
Another
not bad.
£100. So in total, £200 from the 2 counters you put in, which we take from the machine, put into your bank. You now have £950. John, we come to you. £300.
Yep.
It can be done. Good luck. Your time starts now. The 2012 theatre show Let It Be celebrates the 50th anniversary of which band?
Beatles.
Correct. In which North African country are the holiday destinations of Agadir and Marrakesh?
Egypt.
It's Morocco. Which British author wrote the 1938 novel Brighton Rock?
Pass.
Graham Greene. What colour coats are worn by Chelsea pensioners?
Red.
Correct. In January 2011, Ed Balls took up which position in Labour's shadow cabinet?
Shadow Chancellor.
Correct. Which female rapper's official debut album is called Pink Friday?
Nicki Minaj.
Correct. In the human body, the patella... Out of time on that last question I was going to ask. The patella is more commonly known by which name? Did you know the answer?
No.
Good. It was a kneecap.
Yeah.
You managed to get 4 right, John. So you're giving yourself a chance now. Where are we going to go?
We're going to go 2, please, Ben.
So, John, let's make these count. You can use them strategically. Here we go. Nice, steady settle. Oh,
Just don't want it to...
you don't want it to ride.
Let's go flat. There we
That's
go.
flat, that's OK. Now, can we get something across that shelf?
Come on.
There we go. 4. Great start.
Come on.
Oh! 6 with your first counter. That's a great start. £300 already. Where now?
I think 2's probably used up, so I'm going to try 3 this time, Ben, please.
OK. Here it is. So, settled down nicely. Anything over?
I think it's just going to sit in the middle for now, but that's all right.
That's OK. 2 more left to go. Try
Yep.
and take advantage of that one.
Yeah, we're going to stick with 3, please, Ben. Thank you.
When you're ready, John, away you go. Right place.
That's got to be out.
Come on.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Yeah.
As it stands, John, you've got 1 counter left. You need 8 across the tipping point.
I think I've left myself too much to do here.
You never know.
You never know, but hey, let's just try. Let's try 3 again.
Put the last 2 in. Fire up drop zone 3, please. OK, John. Good luck.
Thank you.
All or nothing on this one. It's settled in the right place. Take that.
No.
No! She's keeping us guessing. Are we going to get... Oh, no, John. Just the 1 extra across the tipping point. That's another £50.
Never mind.
We take that £350, put it into your bank, which means you now have £650. So at the end of that round, Bob has £1,350. George has £950. It's a valiant effort, but John, you only have £650, which means I'm afraid we found your tipping point. Thanks for playing.
No, thanks, Ben. Thank you very much.
In this round, you're each going to be asked 3 questions alternately. On your question, you can either try and answer it. If you do get it right, then you get to put your counter into the machine. Bob, you're in the lead with £1,350. Would you like to take the first question, or would you like George to have the first question?
I'll take it, Ben, yeah.
OK, Bob, your first question. If something is described as ferrous, which metal must it contain?
It must contain iron.
Is the metal it must contain iron? It is. Well done. So that means you get a counter
OK.
to put into the machine.
Drop zone 3.
So, Bob, when you're ready, release away. Bounce around a lot. It stayed on its end. We need that flat.
Not bad.
It's gone flat as well. Where you wanted it?
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
We don't want any lateral movement. Over it goes. Yep.
Just 1.
And the tipping point. 2 more counters for you, Bob. Well done. It's £100 from the machine and into your bank. You now have £1,450. Well done. So, George, we come to your first question. In which decade were the first GCSE exams taken? You don't have to answer it.
90s.
You're going for the 90s?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for it.
You could have passed it to Bob. Was the decade the 1990s? It was the 80s, George. Did you know that, Bob?
I think I did, yeah. I took mine in the 80s, yeah.
You took your GCSEs in the 80s?
Yeah.
He has an advantage over me.
He does.
I was only born in the 80s.
It's knowledge. OK, so you've stolen that one, Bob. Where do you want to go?
Drop zone 4.
OK, let's fire up drop zone 4. Bob, when you're ready, release your counter.
That's all right.
Quick
yeah,
drop. Is that where you wanted it?
Yeah, it's fine. It's
You
fine.
need it to settle flat.
Yeah.
I think it's flat. Can you get some purchase
Just a
on
bit
it?
of luck.
Tell you what, Bob, you've charmed this machine.
I'm a very charming man.
Aren't you just? She's loving you. Another 2 across the tipping point. £100 that we put into your bank. You now have £1,550, Bob. We come to your second question.
OK.
Which comedian won Celebrity Big Brother in September 2012? You don't have to answer it. Do you think George will know?
I think Georgia will know this.
She looked like a Big Brother fan.
Yeah, I think she will know this, and I'm not so sure. And I should know, because I watched it. But I'm afraid I haven't got the foggiest idea who it was. So I'll have to let you have a go, George.
OK.
So we need to find a comedian who won Celebrity Big Brother in September 2012.
Total guess, I'm going to say Eddie Izzard.
Is Eddie Izzard the celebrity who won Celebrity Big Brother in September 2012? It wasn't Eddie Izzard.
Who was it?
Julian Clary.
I was going to say, no, I wasn't.
Well, no.
No, I wasn't.
They look quite similar.
No, I wasn't.
They are in many ways.
In many ways, very similar.
They like makeup, don't they? Well played, Bob, though. That played into your hands because she
Right.
got it wrong. You
I
get to put the
another go.
counter into the
Okay.
machine.
Drop zone 1.
OK.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Do you want it there?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Is it going to go down flat? It's
It
settled
has.
nice and flat. Bounced around a bit. Anything across that top shelf?
Oh, that'll do,
Two.
that'll do. Come on, Bob, fill your
Still
boots.
charming our machine, Bob.
Oh,
And another £50.
it's a oneer.
So that £50 gets added to your total, which now goes up to £1,600.
Wow.
George, we come to you with your second question. In which London palace does the Archbishop of Canterbury chiefly live? Don't have to answer it, George. You can hand it over to Bob. Do you think he might know?
I'm going to give it to Bob. I don't know.
Bob, you're in the chair. Any ideas?
I'm going to go for, is it Lambeth Palace?
Does the Archbishop of Canterbury chiefly live in Lambeth Palace? He does. Right opposite the Palace of Westminster, on the other side of the river. So, Bob, here we go. Get another counter to put into the machine.
OK, drop zone 1.
When you're ready, Bob, release your next counter.
I'm always ready.
Couldn't really make up his mind, could
No,
it?
that's not good. That's not looking good.
Bit too far over.
Yeah.
It's nice and flat. It's settled eventually. Anything across that shelf?
Come on, Bob. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
Yes,
start.
again.
No. No, nothing this time.
Nothing this time, I'm afraid. So, Bob, your last question. Which famous battle shares its name with Hercule Poirot's friend and assistant?
No, nothing's coming to mind, so I'm going to pass this to George.
Now then, George, tell me you know Hercule Poirot.
He was a detective on TV.
He was a detective on TV, yes?
I'm going to guess that Monsieur Poirot had an English assistant called Mr. Hastings.
Is the answer Hastings? Yes! Well done, George. Good for you.
There we go.
So, where do you want to go?
I'm going to go for number 1, see what
Okay.
happens.
Let's light up drop zone 1, please. It's bouncing around, settled in the middle. Is that okay?
I have no idea. Something has to come off.
Split those two.
Is it flat?
No, it's not.
Not even flat.
Really unlucky.
That road
First
right over
time
the
in the
top.
game, and
So unlucky.
George.
after all that knowledge about Hastings.
None of them are going to go, I'm afraid. OK, you've got one question left. One last chance. Cubic zirconia is a synthetic substitute for which gemstone? Got a sparkly top on.
I do. So a lot of gemstones out there, different coloured ones. I'm going to go with one that people might want, a lot of fakes of diamonds.
Is the answer diamonds? Yes!
Fantastic.
All come good in the end. One last counter.
I'm going to go with number 1, Ben.
Let's see if we can get something out, George. Bounced around, stayed on its edge, hasn't it?
I didn't even want it to be there. It's
It
all
is
just
flat.
over. It's all wrong.
Finally got something flat. Go on, go on. Oh, no, they're not going to go. I'm afraid Bob's charmed all the counters out of the machine. She's not interested in giving you anything, George. Which means at the end of that round, Bob has £1,600. George has £950, which means, George, I'm afraid we found your tipping point. Thank you for playing.
Thanks for having me.
So very well done to Bob. He is today's winner. In a couple of minutes, he's going to be putting this jackpot counter into our machine. It's a little bit bigger, but it's a whole lot better because, Bob, if you can get this out, you'll be going home with £10,000. Right then, in a few moments, I'm going to ask you to put the jackpot counter into the machine. Quite simply, to go home with £10,000 today, Bob, you just have to get it out again. It is as easy as that. I'm going to show you 6 categories of questions. For each of those categories, you can choose to either play 1, 2 or 3 counters into the machine. The more counters you play for, the harder the question's going to be. But of course, the more counters you win, the easier it's going to be to get that jackpot counter out. If you don't manage it, you will still get £50 for every counter that gets across the tipping point. But we really want you to leave with that £10,000, OK?
So do I, Ben.
So first things first, Where would you like to play your jackpot counter? Which drop zone are you going to go for?
I'm going to put the jackpot counter in drop zone 1.
This is the most important counter you're going to put in today. We need it to land flat, and we need it to be accessible.
We do.
Come on then. It's big, isn't it?
It's a whopper.
Heavy. Anything that goes
look at
over
those.
is extra money into your bank.
It's not a bad start, is it?
8 to start with. That's another £400. As you can see, there's now £2,000 in your bank account. Let's have a look at today's 6 categories. They are entertainment, sport, art, royal weddings, animals, food and drink. So the question is, do you want to go for a strong category now or save those to see where you are?
Let's go for entertainment to start with.
OK, straight into entertainment. And how many counters are we playing for?
2.
We're going to play for 2. OK, it's an entertainment question for 2 counters, please. Dame Edna Everage is noted for her fondness of which of these flowers? Lilies, tulips, gladioli.
I seem to think that it's not tulips or lilies. Gladioli rings a bell with me.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that the right answer? Yes! Good stuff.
OK.
OK, so we've got 2 counters.
Right.
Drop zone 1.
Yeah, let's go for drop zone 1. Here goes.
Stay. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It couldn't be any better.
Come on, let's go flat now. That's
all right.
perfect. Get some good movement on it. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Lovely, lovely stuff. Anything else over the tipping points? Another £150,
yeah.
Another 3 counters.
Great.
So you now have £2,150. Sticking with drop zone 1.
Yeah, I'm going to trust the luck and go for drop zone 1 again, Ben.
1, just like the last.
Here we go. Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad, is it?
Nah.
Let's get it off the edge. Oh!
That's not going to
We
work,
don't want
is
that.
it? That's not going to work.
Just going to ride right over the top of it
Yeah,
and do
no
absolutely nothing. OK, not to worry. Let's have a look at the categories then.
Let's do them in that order. We'll go for sport.
Nice. Let's have a sport question, please. For how many, Bob?
2 again.
We're going for 2 again?
2.
OK,
Yeah.
not being too brave just yet. Can we have a sport question for 2 counters? Who did Andy Murray defeat in the 2012 US Open men's single final? Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, or Novak Djokovic?
I think it was Djokovic. OK.
Is Djokovic the correct answer? Yes! Well done. Well done. Good stuff, Bob.
Cheers.
So far, so good. We've got 2 more
Okay.
counters to get in the machine. Drop zone 1?
Yeah, well, let's go for it. Let's go for the big one.
OK. When you're ready, release your next counter.
OK, be lucky. Be lucky.
Go to the side. Come on, roll
It's
over.
not lucky.
Oh, you might get some lateral movement. That's flat. See if we can edge it over slightly. Don't want it to go that way. A touch.
A little bit.
A touch.
It could be a few extra quid. Yeah, 50
Another
quid.
£50. £2,200 in the bank. Where now?
Drop zone 1 again, Ben.
Here we go. The other side is where we need it, Bob.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
OK, find that big one. Find the big one.
Go the other way. Oh!
No, no.
It was thinking about it, wasn't it? It was thinking about it. It's gone down flat.
Yeah, there's one hanging over on the side.
There is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
OK, OK. We've still got plenty of categories left to go.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the categories then, please.
Yeah, next one down. We'll go for art.
Art, for how many counters?
Art covers such a wide range of subjects, doesn't it?
Well, art.
Let's stick with 2.
2.
2, yeah.
2 more counters for art, please. Henry Moore is most famously associated with which field of the arts? Architecture, painting, or sculpture?
Architecture, perhaps, but I'm gonna punt for sculpture.
Just had one fallen over. That's okay. Remember, anything that goes is yours, so it doesn't matter.
Thanks.
2 more into the drop zone over the tipping point. Another £100, £2,300.
I'm going to go with sculpture. Not 100% sure, but yeah.
Is sculpture the correct answer? It is. You know your sculptures.
Obviously. Yeah.
Clearly, somewhere deep-seated inside you. Right then, 2 more.
Drop zone 1 again, Ben.
Here we go then, Bob. Make it a good one. When you're
It
ready.
needs to be.
I thought it was just
One
gonna...
again.
Just teasing you, isn't
Yeah.
she? Right, let's see if we can get something over the edge.
Oh, well, yeah.
Couple, they're just riding. And another 2.
Another £100.
Another £100 over the tipping point. £2,400 you have now. Where now?
Drop zone 1 again. OK, down the right-hand side.
Couldn't make up its
Well,
mind.
it's
It's
not
gone
gonna
to
move it, is it?
left to right.
Yeah.
You might get a little bit of lateral movement from that one at the back. And those 2 may well go over the edge.
No, not a dicky bird. Oh,
Bit more money, maybe?
well, they all
Another
count.
50
They all count.
£2,450 as it stands. OK, still got a fair few categories to choose from. Let's have a look at them.
OK, let's keep it in this order. I'll go for royal weddings.
OK, so you want a
Yeah.
royal weddings question.
Yeah.
Time to start being a bit braver and go for 3, or are you going to stick with 2? Served you well so far?
No, that's one of my weaker subjects there, I think, royal weddings. I'll stick with 2.
OK,
I'll stick with 2.
we're going to stick with a royal weddings question for 2 counters, please. Bob, which of the Queen's children got married at Westminster Abbey in November 1973? Was it Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, or Prince Charles?
Don't think it was Prince Andrew. I'm going to go for Princess Anne. I think she was one of the first to get married.
Is the answer Princess Anne? Yes! Well done.
Cheers.
Right, we've got another 2 counters. We need to
OK.
shift this jackpot.
Drop zone 1 again, Ben.
OK, Bob.
OK. Come on.
Gosh,
It's not having it, is it?
those first few
No.
didn't stop
Oh,
going. You're clearing a lot out on that
yeah.
shelf.
That's all cash, though. It's all
Another
cash.
5 across the tipping point. £2,700. Where do you want to go with this one?
Drop zone 1 again.
Drop zone 1,
OK,
please.
yeah. Here goes.
There you go.
Oh,
Just edged away, didn't it?
Oh, it's
Go on,
right on
go
the
on.
edge.
Go on. Nothing. Right then, let's have a look at the last 2 categories, please.
Let's go for animals.
Animals. Now, how many do you think it might take to get that jackpot out?
Let's go for 2. Let's go for 2. I just want to get something.
OK,
Yeah.
an animal question for 2 counters, please. Which African big cat is the world's fastest land mammal? The leopard, the lion, or the cheetah?
It's not a lion. It's definitely not a lion. The leopard's a little bit faster, but I think the cheetah is the fastest of the lot.
Is cheetah the right answer? Yes, it is. OK, another 2 counters.
Yeah, drop zone 1 again, Ben. Got to get it on the next level this time.
Oh, no!
That's not good.
That's not the last thing we wanted. And it's rising up as well. Oh, Bob.
I think I've got to make a different kind of decision here and go for some cash.
Yep.
So I'm going to go drop zone 2.
Oh, the old ghost drop. We've not seen one of those. Just clinging to that counter.
Okay.
That's settling nicely. See if we can edge that silver counter over the shelf. Yep.
That's cash. It's good.
Come on, be good. So, we come to the last category. Food and drink is left. You're a lover of food and drink. Are
You can tell.
you going to be brave?
Yeah, let's go for 3. Let's
Okay.
go for 3. It's the last chance.
A food and drink question for 3 counters, please. In baking, what is added to chocolate to make a coating or filling called a ganache? Icing sugar, cream, or egg yolk?
Wow. I'm going to go for cream.
Is the answer cream? Yes!
Oh, amazing.
Good creamy knowledge. Well done.
Let's go for cash. Drop zone 2.
OK, drop
Number
zone 2, please.
Yeah.
When you're ready, let's release that first counter.
OK. Come on, let's have some money.
Over you go. Settle nicely. Come on.
No, nothing.
It's OK, we're filling the shelf.
Yeah.
We're filling the shelf. Where now?
Drop zone 2 again.
It's ready for you, Bob, when you are.
I'm ready.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, Bob.
How about that?
Hello. Oh, Bob.
It works in mysterious ways.
Doesn't she?
Yeah, right.
£2,800. You've got one counter left to put into the machine.
Drop zone 2 again. Number 2 again. Let's
She is
see
a
if we get the
cruel
ones on the
mistress,
end
isn't
there.
she?
You've met my wife. OK.
Here we go.
Final fling.
Last one. When you're ready. It's bounced
Let's
around,
have
it's dropped nicely.
something. Let's have
OK,
something.
we'll get some out. Anything else?
Gotta be a bit more.
How about that? Another £150. So your total goes up to £2,950, Bob. As you know, at this stage, I can offer you a trade. All the money you've got in your bank for 3 final counters. One last fling to get that jackpot over the tipping point.
I've been very lucky today. I've been very, very lucky. And that's a lot of money. It's going to go a long way, and I'm not going to take a risk.
Bob, you've played a great game. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Really enjoyed your company. Congratulations. You're going home with £2,950. Join us next time when the fate of 4 more players will be hanging in the balance on tipping points. Goodbye.